think about Showtime at the Apollo, it's kind of like when I'm going into a business or a home, a customer, it's showtime. You know, you get moved off stage, or you're gonna get the prize. So that's just how I look at it. So y'all don't fool me off stage. It's showtime at the Apollo. First impression is everything. That's how I look at it. Who am I? Y'all know me, PJ Williams, and I own the AC&E Doctor and More. And like I said, this has been a great experience for me, and I want to thank y'all for having me here in this group, and I want to just be the best I can be. All right, I'm gonna step over here so I can look at the screen too. That's why I'm over here.
You are outnumbered.
I know. First and foremost, I am a husband. Well, first and foremost, I'm a child of God.
Amen.
Husband.
Yeah.
And I'm a father to 3 beautiful girls. My lovely wife, Ashley, the one holding my youngest daughter, Jade. Ashley, she's a nurse, LPN. I'm blessed. Thank God that she's stuck with me as long as she has, because that's one reason this can work the way it can, because she's taking care of all my girls when I'm out. She's taking care of the home. I have a home cooked meal when I get home. You gotta have a good support system when you're running, when you're a business owner, because you gotta have someone to keep everything on the up and up at the house. So I thank her, and I'm very blessed to have her. And my daughter in the middle is China, that's my oldest, and Journey on the end, that's my middle child. Yeah, so a little bit about me. My hobbies, I'm a skater. I love to roller skate. And I do that. I try to do it like once a month or something like that. I'm a fitness trainer also. You gotta have something to keep you balanced. Because when you're working all the time, every day it's a struggle. Just trying to make sure I can eat tomorrow, make sure my crew can eat. So outside of work, this is what I do. I'm at home with the family, or I'm doing some fitness training, or doing some roller skate. If y'all want to roller skate, let me know. It's fun, I'm telling you. I graduated at Harris College in 2002. Now, this field was chosen for me because I tried to get away from it and I just never could. Now, before this, I was working at Southern Trace Golf Course, and I had 2 jobs. When I left Southern Trace, I only worked there like 3 hours. So I had to get another job, and I was cleaning cars. I was a porter, they call it porter, where I was cleaning cars. And the guy laid me off because I couldn't be there at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning like he wanted me to. So at this point, I was just like, okay, what do I do now? So air conditioning and heating, I got this card in the mail from Harris College saying, medical assistant, AC, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I gotta do something. I gotta have a career doing something. So I went in and I did it, got out of there, thank God. I'm not a school person, so I actually was very, very, very thankful that I got out of there. And it took me 2 years to find a job, 2 years to find an AC job. But someone gave me a chance, so I took it and ran with it. That's where I got all my customer service skills, all my chimney sweeping. That's where the more comes from. I learned all of that at my school, at the job I was at. So I took it and ran with it for about 14 years. It was a great company, but things just kind of went south and they had to go out of business. So I was forced to kind of either go do something else or go on my own. So I did. I worked at Sam's Club in Bossier for about a year. And that's when I decided I'm gonna go ahead and just step out on faith. And I haven't missed a beat since. I haven't had to find another job ever since. And that's just the blessings of God. And it's just hard work and dedication. So, yeah, and I started working from home. I had 1 truck I went and bought. It was me and another guy, just a helper, young guy. And I just started from home and never knew that I would be to the point where I had to get an office. And it took me like 2-3 years. 2 to 3 years, I was like, hey, I need a secretary now, I need an office. We started to grow a little bit. I started to hire more. It's been 5 years now, and I got a handful of employees. I got a couple of great secretaries, and it's just been looking up. And I just thank God. And I kind of saw the vision, but I just didn't think it would come so fast. So that's where we're at now. Steady trying to grow and just do So, but anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about your HVAC system, which everyone in here I'm sure has now. If not, I'll let you. I got you. Now, your HVAC system is like another child in your home. Think about that. It's a major part of our lives. Where would you be without your HVAC system? You would have window units, you have space heaters on the floor, or whatever you use. I know a lot of people probably from back in the day kind of understand what it's like to have that luxury in your home now. So it's kind of like your child. So we make sure our children have the proper vaccinations and health care so that they can live the healthiest life possible, right? Why can't we put the same energy into our HVAC system? It pumps blood. It compresses the heart, it pumps. That's the only way your system's gonna work and cool. So maintenance contracts are just simply a routine document when you have a maintenance contract. And this is a real stethoscope, it works. Got this one.
Really get it.
What happens if you don't take care of your health or never get a checkup?
Small problems become big problems.
Pretty much. You may have something going on that needs attention. You know? Your arteries clog up, you can have a stroke or a heart attack. So that means your system's not operating properly. You can have a very dirty filter that's restricted and not breathing properly. That can cause stress on your compressor, which is called the heart. And that can cause that to break down and stroke out. You could possibly catch something before it starts with a maintenance contract. We'll check the capacitors. Capacitor could get weak and cause the heart to strain, you know, and cause the blower to slow down, you know, stop, and that'll cause the system to freeze up. The system can't breathe. If you can't breathe, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna pass out. So you gotta make sure your system's breathing. You may have the human body and the HVAC system are very similar. So it's like I say, the compressor is the heart, the thermostat is your brain. The thermostat controls, just like the brain controls your body. The evaporator coils is your lungs. That's how you breathe, the respiratory system. The freon lines is the veins. The freon running through the lines is the blood. So the heart's pumping the blood. So if the heart can't pump the blood, what's gonna happen?
System's gonna break down.
It's gonna break down, and you're gonna break down too. So that's what the maintenance contract is. We come out, we make sure that if you look on your sheets, refer to your sheets on the desk right there, on your maintenance contract, it kind of shows everything that we do on a maintenance contract. I'm gonna show you the benefits. We'll get to that. You receive a thorough tune-up both in the spring, summer, and fall, winter. Your spring visit shows everything. Let me get my paper right here. I'm sorry. Spring visit. You come out and we professionally clean your condenser coils. We have a chemical that we can put on the coils that's not going to damage the coils. We rinse them off. Gets all the grip. We throw it out of there. We check all the electrical components. Make sure your drain lines are freely flowing. Drain lines get backed up, it causes overflow. If you got a unit in the ceiling, in the attic, it could get on your ceiling. You know, if it's not maintained properly. That could happen. You check the thermostat calibration, we change the batteries if they need it. Check the air temperature drops. Make sure you got about 17 to 20 degrees from what's going into the return that's coming out the vents. You want at least 17 to 20 degrees. And we check that. We clear any pans, drain pans of any standing water to avoid overflows or rusting. We check the cleanliness of the evaporator coils and the squirrel cage blower. And we will clean as needed if you're a contract holder. That's part of the process. We inspect the fan motor, inspect the vents for mold, dust, and debris. If you see any mold coming out, I ain't gonna say that, but yeah. If I see anything coming out, we'll bring it to your attention. We check the blades for proper airflow, check freon levels. And this gadget right here, this is your heart monitor. Check your freon levels, it checks your blood pressure, you check your blood levels, blood glucose, cholesterol. And if you got low blood sugar, it's gonna let me know. That means your freon's low. When I say low blood sugar. Your freon's low, the system starts to freeze up. What happens if your blood sugar gets low? You get chills, right? You might get cold. Same thing. Just saying, you see how similar this is to the human body? That's why I come up with the name JC&E doctor, because it's like, it's very similar. It's like I'm working on the human body. It's very similar. So, we check vitals with this right here. You have the high head pressure means that your condenser pores are very dirty, and it could cause the heart to shut down, the compressor to shut down. I call that high blood pressure. So, yeah, but this right here, all these numbers, it tell me everything I need to know. So, let's see, we inspect the cabinet for leaks, check the cabinet door for secure closure, inspect air filters, check overall operations. That's your spring visit. And your fall visit, we check, you got gas systems, and you got heat pumps, and you got electric systems, electric heat pumps. Gas system, we're gonna clean your flame sensor. Relight the standing pilot if you have a standing pilot. If you do, it's too old, you might want to tell me, hey, it's time for a brand new system. Inspect for gas leaks and check the proper flame. You examine the heat exchanger for cracks, check for any restrictions in the vent pipes, study the fluid system, inspect for the, make sure the burners and ports are free